No, I don't drive. If it's possible. Okay. No, but if it's possible. Oh, 10 to 7, I'll leave it. I'll have a break. I'll run away maybe.
यही मन में बाबा है हरदम हमारे, तेरी याद दिल से नहीं शोहरत भी क्या है, तुम्हारी ही दौलत, तुम्हारा दिया सब, तुम्हारी बदौलत, तुम्हारे ही हम हैं, तुम ही हो हमारे, इसकी सिवा कुछ भी ना आए, कुछ भी ना आए। यही मन में बाबा है हरदम हमारे। सजाते हो हमको महिमा की माला, पहनाते हमको, हम जो बने हैं तुम्हारे बनाए, कहीं खुद पे हमको गुरूर न जाए, गुरूर न जाए। यही मन में बाबा है हरदम हमारे। हमें मान दे करके ऊंचा उठाया, दिल तख्त पर हमको आपने बिठाया, हमें खुशनुमा जिंदगी देने वाले, तेरी खूबियों को जुबां कैसे गाए, जुबां कैसे गाए। यही मन में बाबा है हरदम हमारे। तेरी याद दिल से नहीं दूर जाए, नहीं दूर जाए। मिले शक्तियाँ सिद्धियाँ सब खजाने।
Good morning. So today we have virtual and sakar Murli, subtle and sakar. Today's Murli requires your full concentration. So if even a little wave of sleepiness comes in, quickly massage your ears. Don't miss a word of this Murli today. Yes, it is the bedrock of Brahmin life. What are the signs of someone who has full faith? Unshakable, ever ready, cheerful, humble, constant, happy, inspired to make effort. Sorry, cheerful faith, carefree. Yes. Today, Bab Dada has talked about two things. They're accepting and they know how to follow. And it just made me realize this morning that a soul that has full faith doesn't need to rely on the limited capacity of their nature and sanskars. It's like they always live from the faith of the spirit, the faith of God, the faith in drama, faith, and it's the faith that moves them. So the logistics of matter doesn't matter in. That's why they say faith brings miracles. If I'm still taking the support of my nature to move forward in Brahmin life, it means there's an aspect, no matter how good your nature is, because your nature can be good as a product of your past karma. There's an aspect of subtle faith. And Baba's used the word nischay. Nischay buddhi vijay, which means the intellect that has faith leads to victory. But nischay is clarity of the intellect. It's not just bhavana, yeah, I know something's going to happen, but not quite sure how. There's a deep conviction that comes from accepting the reality of how something is. Why do we get disappointed sometimes with people? Because maybe we expect more than they can't do that in that moment, but somehow we carry unrealistic expectations. Oh, you can do everything, especially when you fall in love with someone. You think they can rescue you from everything. And then and that's what happens to Baba, right? Yeah. And then you get upset with them because they're not rescuing you from everything. And it's the same happens with Baba. You think God can do everything. And Baba comes and says, this is who I am. This is how I am. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. And until that clarity, I accept the reality of something. My intellect lives off expectation. And then you're not working with faith. You just use your nature to manipulate circumstances to get what you want. Right? It's a very powerful Murli today. Baba is doing open heart surgery today. So make sure you're wide awake. No anesthesia needed here. Okay. So this is Baba's revised Murli of the 15th of April, 1992. And the title of the Murli, Two Signs of Brahmins, Faith and Victory. Today, Bab Dada is seeing two signs, special signs of Brahmin children everywhere. Brahmins means those whose intellects have faith. Brahmins means those whose intellects have faith. For the intellect to have faith means to be victorious. So to what extent does the intellect of each of you Brahmins have faith, and to what extent have you become victorious? The foundation of Brahmin life is faith, and the proof of faith is, victory means you don't even have to think I'm victorious. It's already happened. No, you know already everything's okay. You're stable. So are the percentages of faith and victory the same, or is there a difference? What result would Baba have seen? Everyone experiences a greater percentage of faith. There is a lower percentage of victory experienced than faith. And so more faith, but not enough victory. When you ask people how much faith they have, they all say that they have. What's full faith? Yeah, that they have 100% faith. However, what is the percentage of victory as a result of that faith? Would they reply 100% to that? Your slogan is, an intellect with faith makes you victorious. So why is there then a difference between faith and victory? The two signs of faith and victory should be equal, should they not? However, why is there a difference? What is the reason for this? When a foundation is being made strong, attention is paid to all four sides of the foundation so that it is made strong. If one corner of the four remains weak, would the foundation be strong, or would it continue to shake? Imagine a table with four legs and you got one that's weak, kind of wobbling all the time. I can't do this, I can't do that. You touch that bit and suddenly they wobble. So when a foundation is being made strong, attention is paid to all four sides of the foundation so that it is made strong. If one corner of the four remains weak, would the foundation be strong, or would it continue to shake? In the same way, for there to be the foundation of faith on all four sides, that is, in four specific aspects, there has to be full faith. You have been told about these four aspects previously. One was the first faith. Full faith in the Father. And how is that defined? Whatever he is, however he is, to understand the Srimad Baba has given in the way that he has given it. Not your interpretation of Srimad. To understand the Srimad Baba has given it in the way that he has given it, accurately according to the method, to accept it and to follow it. So faith has full faith in the Father, not just saying, yeah, I love you, Baba, but I accept you as you are and the Srimad you give me, and I follow it. Okay, not a half-baked thing. 2, to know the form of the elevated fortune of you, the soul, with complete elevated self-respect. To know the form of the elevated fortune of you, the soul, with complete elevated self-respect. to accept it, and to follow it. We had a conversation with our perfect self yesterday. Are we still controlling the perfect self, or are we allowing it? Are we following it? Have we fully accepted and following it? 3. To know your elevated Brahmin family accurately according to the method. To accept it and to be part of it. To know your elevated Brahmin family accurately according to the method. To accept it and to be part of it. And 4, to recognize that this is the most elevated and auspicious confluence age, and the time of the entire cycle with that importance. To accept it and to move along with it. So to recognize that this is the most elevated and auspicious confluence age, and the time of the entire cycle with that importance, to accept it and to move along with it. So Baba, my fortune, elevated Brahmin family, and time. Those whose intellects have unshakable faith in all these 4 aspects and have a full percentage in all 4 are known as those whose intellects have full and accurate faith. These 4 things are the pillars of the foundation of faith. If there is faith in only the Father, and if any one of the other 3 pillars are weak, if they're not always strong, if they sometimes shake and are sometimes unshakable, then this upheaval of the pillars defeats you and does not allow you to become victorious. It's not enough just to say, blah, 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 but need full faith in all 4. Any type of upheaval makes you weak. And someone who is weak cannot be constantly victorious. This is why there is a difference between faith and victory. Clear so far? Many children become very innocent with Bapdada and have a heart-to-heart conversation and say, I have full faith. Baba, I am yours. You are mine. That is certain. There is not only 100% faith, but 500% faith. And then Baba says, but, ... there is also upheaval. Then in order to appease Baba, you underline it for Baba, saying, you are mine, are you not? Right? So you're shaking like crazy, and you're mine, are you not? You say very innocently, I am yours, whatever I am yours. So the Father also says, whatever you are, however you are mine. However, is Baba yours as he is and whatever he is? Because when you're shaking in that moment, what happens? You don't recognize the pillar of faith that's weak. So then you go straight to the one pillar that you know, which is Baba. And then you start telling God what his job is, saying, well, yeah, I belong to you, I have desperation. But in that moment, you end up projecting something on Baba. You want him to do something to cover up your lack of faith. So he says, well, however, is Baba yours as he is and whatever he is? It is good to be innocent. But be innocent in your heart. Don't be innocent in what you say and in your actions. Those who are innocent in their heart are loved by the innocent Lord. When you are innocent in your words, you deceive yourself. And you deceive others. And when you are innocent in your actions, you cause yourself harm, and you also cause harm for service. When Baba is using the analogy of upheaval, and in that moment of upheaval, we become innocent and say, well, Baba is doing everything, right? But in that moment, because there isn't the self-awareness of the weakness I'm operating from, then sometimes we call it service, but we're putting ourselves under pressure and harm. Understand? And Baba's often said anything you do from a stage of upheaval is not service, because your stage does service, not your activity. You can be super efficient, effective, clear, and clever in your head, but innocent means innocent in your heart. That means Baba as he is, what he is. I'm not projecting any expectations on Baba. I'm just being real about where I am now and recognizing the pillar that's weak and moving accordingly. You understand? Sometimes we cover it up with our words, kind of rush through it. And, in that we can create a lot of waste. And eventually our ego uses the name of service to get its job done. And that's what brings harm to yourself and to others. So Baba says, therefore, be innocent in your heart, a total saint. Be as innocent as that. A saint means a great soul. However, when you listen or when you speak, do it in the stage of being Trikaldarshi. When acting, know the outcome of every action by being knowledgeful and then act. Don't just blindly rush into things. It should not be that you say, well, it should not happen, but it happened. Or that you should not have spoken, but you did speak. This proves that you did not know the outcome of your action and that you performed that action with innocence. I was being very royal here. Don't think that these things happen because you are innocent. Don't justify it in that way. Someone who is innocent in the heart is loved by everyone. So do you understand in what way you have to be innocent? What is the way to make faith and victory equal? Good question. What is the way to make faith and victory equal? Let there be an equal percentage of faith on all four sides in all four aspects. Balance. So you can be stable with 60% in all four areas, right? But you're stable, you're balanced, and then you can build your capacity nicely. So Baba says, let there be an equal percentage of faith on all four sides in all four aspects. And then he's saying, well, what else do some children say? They say, Baba, I have faith in you, but I don't have as much faith in myself. Okay. Sometimes there is faith in the self, and sometimes it decreases. What is the language of such souls at that time? I was finding it quite amusing watching from his TV. When souls say, I don't have faith in myself. What do they say? They only sing one song. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, dot, dot, dot. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know what my fortune is. I don't know whether I will receive the Father's help or not. I don't know whether there will be success or not. Since you are Master Almighty Authorities, you sing the song of I don't know when you lack faith in this aspect. Very interesting is what I don't know, because when there's faith lacking in yourself, you can start denying things. This is what's behind I don't know. Your automatic coping mechanism is denial. I don't know. And because it's too much effort to actually go into it and clarify it. So I don't know. Neti neti, like the sannyasis say. And then Baba says, what do the third variety say? So Baba's talked about Baba, faith in Baba, and our faith in self. The third variety say, Baba, I made a contract after seeing you. You are mine, and I am yours. I didn't make a contract with this Brahmin family. The Brahmin family brings about conflict. They say to Baba, you're okay, but it's difficult to get on with the Brahmin gathering. It is easy to get on with you alone. So what does Baba Dada say? Baba Dada smiles. Baba Dada asks one question to such children, because such souls do not remain content. Prasanna-chit. They ask many questions, Prasanna-chit, such as, why is it like this? What is this? Is this how it should be? Is this what should happen? Such a soul is not a contented soul, but a soul who has questions. Baba too asks a question to such souls. Are you a soul who is going to reside in the land of liberation, or are you going to go into liberation in life? Do you just want mukti or jivan mukti? Right then. So you want to go into liberation and then go into liberation in life, do you know? So is there just Brahma Baba in liberation in life? Or is there a kingdom? Will there just be Brahma and Saraswati, the king and queen? You are going to claim the inheritance of liberation in life, are you not? You issue a challenge saying that the greatest difference between the original eternal deity religion and all other religions is that they simply establish a religion, whereas you establish both a religion and a kingdom. Is this firm? You are establishing a religion and also a kingdom, are you not? So what will there be in the kingdom? Will there just be one king and one queen? One king, one queen, and you, the one son or daughter, that's all? Can there be such a kingdom? Therefore, remember that you have to go into the kingdom. To go into the kingdom means to remain content with the Brahmin family, to make others content, and to have elevated relationship. To go into the kingdom means to remain content with the Brahmin family, to make others content, and to have elevated relationships. This was something that Gozar said to me many, many years ago. She said, remember, as you go on the service field, a kingdom is being established. Remain content with everyone's part as it is, right? And then I remember Daddy talking about the Brahmin family. And she said, Daddy Janki, and she said, you know, the family, it's only mainstay for us to practice our elevated divine sanskars. Where else are we going to practice having elevated exchanges? And so I'm saying both, you know, to remain content with the Brahmin family, to make others content, and to have elevated relationships. So Bab Dada asks all of you, do you wish to be part of the rosary? Or would you say that it is okay if you are to remain outside the rosary and that it doesn't matter? Do you want to be part of the rosary? There's only 2 people said yes here. Do you want to be part of the rosary? Right. So whether you enter a rosary of 108 or a rosary of 16,000, do you wish to be part of a rosary or not? He's asking again. Okay. Haji. Right, so it's in the Murli. Haji. Right. So why are you now afraid of the Brahmin family? And we can't just say, well, I like these few, but I don't like these. You have to say, I'm happy to work with these people, but I'm not really happy to work with them. When something happens, why do you say, Baba is mine? Well, what would the sisters do? What would the brothers do? I have not made a promise to the brothers or sisters. Yeah, my commitment is to God alone. That's what you hear. I don't have any commitment to these people. However, this Brahmin life is a life of pure relationships, a life of becoming part of a rosary. The meaning of a rosary is a gathering. Therefore, if there is any doubt about the Brahmin family, if there is any waste thought, then that would make your faith fluctuate. It would bring you into upheaval. I was being so frank today, huh? Then he's revealing another conversation the children have. They say, Baba is good, knowledge is good, but these dadis are not good. Or the teachers are not good. Or the family is not good. Are these the words of one whose intellect has faith? At that time, would you be called one whose intellect has faith, or one whose intellect only has thoughts? Waste thoughts do not allow your intellect to remain content. So do you understand the speciality of faith? What is the 4th type of heart-to-heart conversation you have? Is the surgery happening? What is the 4th type of heart-to-heart conversation you have? Some souls say, we understand that this is a very elevated time, that this is the most auspicious age, that this is the age of souls meeting the Supreme Soul. We know all of this. However, what happens then? What happens? You say, there is a little time still remaining Destruction's not going to happen so soon. Destruction has been spoken about since the beginning of establishment, that another Diwali is not going to come. So talk about destruction has been going on since the time of the beginning of establishment, and so many years have gone by simply talking about destruction. Even now, we don't know when destruction will take place. So let us rest on the Dunlop pillow of a little bit of carelessness and laziness and slack effort. Ouch. But, well, yeah, we've been talking about it a long time. Nothing's happened yet. So just let's take it at our pace. Huh? So let us rest on the Dunlop pillow of a little bit of carelessness and laziness and slack effort. We will be all right on time. You even underline it for Baba and say, just see, we will claim a high number on time. However, Bab Dada always cautions such children. If you awaken according to the time, if you bring about transformation according to the time, that is no great thing. But if you bring about transformation before that time, then marks will be accumulated for your effort. However, if you make effort according to the time and not you will receive marks. In your own, because if you think about it, you know, entropy is like the downward. It's easy to go into entropy. It's easy to disperse. It's easy for things to fizzle out. But as the confluence age is extropy, Baba's help is rising us up. So we're going against the time, right? So if you keep looking around you and saying, well, everybody else is not doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Are you a master of time in that moment? So at Sangam, your subtle effort with Baba to keep rising to truth is the effort that claims you marks. Not to stop and look at the time and say, oh, well, you know, still got time. So in your overall result, you will be deceived because of your sleep of carelessness and laziness. There are also traces of the sleep of Kumbhakarna. It is not a big Kumbhakarna. It is only little. What happened to him? Was he able to save himself? He wasn't able to save himself, was he? In the same way, at the end, you will not be able to make yourself worthy of passing fully. Do you understand? Sometimes you have one variety of heart-to-heart conversations. Sometimes the conversation is with a lot of courage, and sometimes it is with frivolity, and at other times it is with conflict. Today, it is the end of the season. It is not the end, it is being completed. This is why you are being given the result. So what do you have to do now? Check whether the foundation of faith is strong on all four sides, or whether, instead of being strong, it is weak in any one of the four aspects because of circumstances. So check this. You are going to do tapasya again, are you not? You were told earlier too that you have to give the proof of your love, and that the proof of your love is? What's the proof of love? The proof of your love is to become equal. What is the other thing you have to do? Baba is giving you homework for the year. You heard about one type of work, and now this is the second aspect. Make the foundation strong on all four sides. Let there not be any weakness in any aspect. It is then that you will become a bead of a rosary. You will be a soul that is worthy of worship, and you will be a soul who has a right to the kingdom, because you are all Brahmins who are to become deities. You cannot become a deity without becoming a Brahmin. Therefore, to be able to get on with Brahmins means to claim a right to the divine kingdom. Therefore, you have to fulfill your responsibility to the family. You will have to finish any upheaval. There will then be equality between faith and victory. This is the great mantra to finish the difference between the two. In order for it to be made strong on all four sides, the percentage of faith in all four types of faith has to be equal. Do you understand? The homework is clear, is it not? You are good students, are you not? Was that laugh kind of, ha ha ha, no we're not, or yes we are? Right. You are good students, are you not? Or will you say that your homework got lost amongst the work at your center, or in doing the housework of your household? He's too good, isn't he? He's... Sorry? No. Sorry, Baba, I was so busy at the center, so much to do. I couldn't do my homework. You will not say that, will you? What is the sign of clever students? They are number one in their homework, and they are number one in their practical study, because they accumulate marks. Acha. What other results did Baba see? Are you ready for this? Okay. Digested the first bit? Okay. At the present time, Baba saw two types of cleverness in the children. You must be aware of your own cleverness, must you not? What was the first type of cleverness Baba saw? That of looking at oneself and of looking at others. The ones who spin the discus of self-realization and those who spin the discus of looking at others. These are the two aspects, are they not? What is the majority clever in? Bab Dada has told you before that the short distance vision of some children is becoming good, and the long distance vision of other children is becoming very good. I.e., you can see everything everybody else is doing. The short distance vision of this, very important. However, for the majority, their long distance vision is good, but their short distance vision is slightly less good. They want to see, but they're not able to see clearly. And what is their cleverness then? When something happens, in order to keep themselves safe, they speak clearly about the things of others and make them big. They make their own big thing very small, and the small thing of others very big. Smoke screen. You know, when you talk about somebody's stuff, you elaborate and make it bigger than it is, and it actually hides your issue. Yeah, and that's when you need to make a story to feel safe. Baba saw this cleverness in the majority. What other cleverness did Baba see? Nowadays, you use a very special language. You say that you cannot bear falsehood. You cannot bear to hear about any falsehood, and that this is why when you see something false, there is a great force inside you. Baba's using the word Josh. So you can't bear to see anything wrong or false. So Baba's asking, is this language right? If it is untrue, and you have this force inside you on seeing something untrue, is this force true or false? Sometimes the force takes on a sense of injustice. And Baba's asking you to question that force. Is this true or false? So that force is false, is it not? I will do this and show them. Is it right to challenge someone in this way? Therefore, always remember what the sign of truth is. Someone who is following the truth and wants to finish falsehood has a good aim. However, in order to finish falsehood, one needs the power of truth in oneself. So are being forceful and anger signs of truth? Would there be force when there is truth? If one feels angry on seeing that which is false, would that be right? Would you not feel the heat if someone starts a fire? Or can you remain heat-proof? If you have the knowledge that that is the fire of falsehood, and you can feel the heat of that, then you would keep yourself safe, would you not? Or would you say that it doesn't matter if you get slightly burnt by the heat of the fire? So always remember that the sign of truth, satyata, is manners, sabhita. The sign of truth is manners. If you are true and you have the power of truth, you would never let go of your manners. Prove the truth, but do it with total manners. If you let go of your manners and want to prove the truth without manners, you won't be able to do so. In fact, what happens is that you want to prove the truth, but you let go of your manners to prove the truth. That proof then becomes, what form does it take? Stubbornness, not proof. Baba's doing a play on words. Zidd karna, siddhi, ziddhi. Siddh karna is trying to prove something, become stubborn about it. The sign of a lack of manners is stubbornness, and the sign of manners is humility. Someone who proves the truth will always remain humble and will interact with manners. So did you understand the second type of cleverness? So don't be clever in this way. This too is homework, to let go of such cleverness and become humble, completely humble. To say, I am right and that one is wrong is not humility. To say I am right and that one is wrong is not humility. People of the world also say that if someone is trying to prove the truth, then there's something or another not quite right. It has become the language of some children to say, I am telling you the complete truth. I am speaking 100% truth. However, there is no need to prove the truth. Truth is such a sum that it cannot remain hidden. A truthful person would never say, I am telling the truth. Others should say that you are speaking the truth. Acha, what will you do now? Self-transformation. Do not worry about transforming others. That is not being one who has good wishes for others. Do not worry about transforming others. That is not being one who has good wishes for others. You then say, I am not worried, but I'm one who has good wishes for others. However, to forget yourself and have good wishes for others is not called being one who has good wishes. As well as for others, let there be concern for oneself first. If there isn't concern for yourself, and you try to have good wishes for others, the arrow will not strike the target, and you will not be successful. First of all, there has to be oneself, and along with oneself, others. This is Bapdada's love from the heart for the children. The sign of love is that one cannot bear to see any weakness in those for whom there is love. One cannot bear to hear about their weakness. One would even make that one complete. This is the true love of the heart. Bapdada is the conqueror of hearts, and this is why he gives love from the heart. He wishes to see every child become equal and elevated. He wishes to see every child as an image of success, not an image of effort, but an image of success. Acha, to the elevated souls everywhere, whose intellects have constant faith, to the intense effort-making souls who constantly bring equality between faith and victory, to the souls who constantly stay in self-respect and have accurate, benevolent feelings for self-transformation and transformation of others, to the souls who constantly become equal to the Father and constantly give the proof of that, to the souls who constantly have an accurate heart-to-heart conversation and finish most things. Love, remembrance, and namaste from Bapdada, the conqueror of hearts. And the sweet children, namaste to the sweet heart. Blessing. May you transform negative into positive and become a self-transformer and so a world transformer. May you transform negative into positive and become a self-transformer and so a world transformer. For any negative thought or sanskar to be transformed and made positive in a second, you need to practice having traffic control throughout the day. Because the speed of wasteful and negative thoughts is very fast. At any time of fast speed, apply a powerful brake and practice bringing about transformation. You will then be able to transform your waste and be able to become a self-transformer and so a world transformer. Then, with your angelic form, you will be able to give many souls the blessing of happiness and peace. The practice of traffic control. Slogan: only those who remain aware of the knowledge of drama can be victorious with the method of nothing new. Only those who remain aware of the knowledge of the drama can be victorious with the method of nothing new. Okay. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And today is third Sunday. So there's special meditations at the centers from 6:30 to 7:30. Stabilize in your form of light and might. And whilst invoking Baba in the center of your forehead, experience the combined form and do the service of spreading rays of light and might everywhere. Okay. So, shall we offer Bhogna? So Baba giving us a reality check. Don't just sit like that off a ball game. 4 times of faith, alert. Stand up, everybody. Stretch your hands up. Fingers in the right up. Stand on the toes. Stretch back. Arch your back a little bit. Little and come back again. And again, up on your toes. Stretch back. And come forward again. And one more time, up on the toes. Yeah, and stretch back. And now bend down and touch your feet. Hi. Yeah. Slowly. Slowly. Give your knees a massage. Nice massage. Wiggle your feet. And massage your ears now. Right. So, Baba is the companion of anyone I was studying for. And whilst we are more creating conviction inside yourself.
Okay. Now, so I'm going to lock the screen and you guys can carry on with the Murli revision. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti Om.
Don't just be carried off with music. This is the only time that you can surrender something about the powerful. So let's offer Baba.